Good morning. Sunbeams will soon shine through. Good morning to you. Sorry, my mom picked my son up today, so I'm a little late because I wanted to see him before he left. I'm in my jammies, and I didn't really know what to do, but there is something that I really need to do, which is
32 long years.
Shut the fuck up, Gouda. The longest years of your life. I really need to, I want to make a sensory bin. If you don't have a kid, a sensory bin is just like a box. And you put like sand and stuff in it. Hey. And so I got black kinetic sand and I'm gonna put like silver star beads in it. And I'm just gonna drop one of the images in here. And then I'm gonna take some of these rocks and paint them to go inside of the box. So that's our setup for the... Oh, I didn't mean to slow fade. Thank you so much for subscribing. Leggett, Starry, Inferni, Gouda. If you have to craft or do anything for Christmas and you want to do it with me, today's the day. Here's some of the rocks. For said gift. So Louis asked Santa Claus for a Oh, for sure, that's Saturn right there. There's this one too. I want to make one of the oblong ones Saturn and one a galaxy. I'd also like to make my son a wormhole. He really likes wormholes. I don't know. If they say don't give your son TV, they'll end up with some weird special interest. So my son really enjoys a wormhole. This is my son yesterday morning with Bean.
What's the name of this one? I don't know. Well, you just said it. What's this one's name? What's this one? What's this one? No. What's this one? No. What do we just leaned? What was it? You almost said it. That's right. What's this one? Oh. And what's that? The farm. Do you know the name of this little one? I don't know. It's Pluto. Wow. Okay. What's the name of this one?
So I ordered a thing of black kinetic sand, but I also ordered a thing of red kinetic sand because if you also know my son, his favorite planet is Mars. So I wanted to make one that was specifically Mars themed. But it looks like the people that have made rocks like this have started off by painting the rocks black and then giving them kind of a starry base and then going back and putting the planets on top so they can be perfectly circular. So I think what we need to do is find the rocks we want and decide which ones we're painting and keeping. I think this could be our sun. He's nice and large in the middle. Yeah, we'll do this one as the sun. We can do this one as Jupiter. So we've got sun, Jupiter. Maybe we need to get like an actual size reference of the planets. That's sometimes a little more helpful than somebody else painting rocks. I wanted to put on some music, but I don't want to. Oh, this is a good one. I want to make him the moon as well. He really likes the moon. I'm in the middle of moving everything, so like normally I try to squeeze in some streams on Friday, Saturday, but I'm trying to move all of my stuff because I didn't have Louis at my house this weekend. And my mom is taking him for the next few days, so I can continue doing that. Lo-fi wormhole make's gonna be lit. The Planet Suite by Gustav Holst. Can we just listen to that on Spotify? Hoist the planet. Host the planet. Wow, there's a song for every planet? What a fun thing to listen to this morning. Is this going to give us anxiety? Okay, so we've got the sun and Jupiter. We're going to do Saturn. I think we do it on this big long one. We need Uranus, Neptune, Earth. I feel like I should do Earth. Neptune, Earth. Venus. Oh, she's gonna be too loud. My heavens. What are we on? The Sun, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Earth, Venus. This is his favorite planet, so I'd like it to be a really good rock. This is a really good rock. Mars. But then this side of that one's good, but it's a little wonky. Mercury, Pluto. I want to make, maybe we do a rock. Let's do a galaxy on this one. Let's do a rocket ship on this one. We'll put those to the side. We'll keep these in order. Right now, though, like what we need to do, I'm going to try to snake them in order like this. Like this. We need to paint them all entirely black. Doesn't make sense if I said I'm going to snake them. Wow. The Sun, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Earth, Venus. We need more rocks. We need to make the moon. Venus, Mars. I think this should be Mars. But this one's flatter, so it'll be easier to paint. But this one's kind of like round. I might think it's just so... Oh, I have some more. Hold on. Ooh. Ooh. There she is. I like that one. Hi. And then instead I can just wash her like this. Whoa. This is the song for Mars. Wow, that's really cool. Thank you for telling me this. I kind of wish this one was more flat. She's very, This is a cool rock. I just love rocks. I love round things. I've been always obsessed with very round things, specifically like eggs. As a child, the shape of eggs is like so satisfying. Okay, we're gonna paint them black. We can argue about the rocks later. Boobs! Open face sandwich. Oh my god. Hi to the kitten! Good morning, everybody. How was your weekend? How's your day? I might switch to Christmas music soon because this might give me a panic attack, but it's very beautiful. Not all of them are this intense. Oh, it's just Mars. That makes sense, honestly, for Mars. I see that for them. I don't know why I'm touching the rocks. I don't need to pick them up. So we'll do a layer of black and then flip them and do a layer of black on the other side. I think what I would like to do is label them on the other side. I have white pen markers, so like after everything is dry. That way it's like also educational, and I can't forget because low key, some of the planets hard to distinguish apart from each other when people I would like to find photos of the planets and get them as most scientifically accurate as possible. Except I will be making Mars as red as possible. Just because, first of all, my son gets mad when Mars isn't actually red because everybody calls it the red planet. And she's actually quite brown. No, I have white, and I also have like a white Sharpie pen that I'm going to do flecks of. I might have metallic. You know what? I might have some silver metallic. Let me look. That's a good shout. I definitely want to make him a rocket ship rock. I am getting kind of afraid as I paint these right this second that they will get thrown across the room. Well, here's the thing. Everybody artistically represents the planets differently, and I think that's a little frustrating because how is my son supposed to tell them all apart if they're like all drawn so differently and he can't read? Like one book will make Mars very brown, one will make Mars very red. I think that's kind of frustrating. I would rather make them look the most like they actually look. 2025. Oh my god. This is called Mars the Bringer of War, so I guess the title's really making some sense. I don't know why I put so much black paint down. How's everybody's day? How's your week? Are you getting to the point of Christmas where you feel stressed out? I'm a level of stress I've never been before in my entire life. I don't actually even know how to function between like packing and moving and doing Christmas and like having to make sure you've gotten everything and stuff. Oh my god. Hate it. I have to call movers and cleaners today. May is crying because she wants in, but I kicked her out because she just asked to go for a third walk. As soon as I sat at my desk, it literally was like clockwork. She's like really impressive with it, actually. Thank you for 38 months, Zach. I love wrapping presents. I'm gonna, I normally wrap Louis' presents in brown paper if I have the option to. Okay, so here's what we got Louis for Christmas. He asked Santa Claus for a rocket ship. So we got him a rocket ship. And these are some good scientific photos of the planets. I wish they had their names underneath. And he asked Santa for a rocket ship, so we got him the Mars rover. I'm transferring units within my apartment complex. Oh my god, Nicole, I'm so sorry. May has absolutely Pavloved herself. Yeah, she has. It's like a drivable Mars rover. I keep like starting sentences and then reading what you guys are saying and then losing what I'm thinking about. Okay, so TLDR, we got Louis a Mars rover. He asked Santa for a rocket ship. He already got a rocket ship for his birthday. So it's like, what do? He's already received a rocket ship. He wants a real rocket ship. We're gonna write a letter from Santa saying like Santa did his best. I get the vibe. I asked Santa Claus for magic flying powder every year of my childhood, and he never delivered. And I was always like, dude. He was like, dude, we can't just give that shit away. Oh my god, thank you. Oh, this one's nice. What are we listening to now? Venus. Yeah, that makes sense. We're planting rock planets. Everybody's been asking me, when is my favorite streamer gonna play? When's she gonna make rock planets? Well, you're in luck. Today's your day. Everybody wants to know. Still, by the way, waiting to hear back about the sponsorship I am a part of. Crazy. Meanwhile, they're boosting my posts like nobody's business. Cool. imagine this. Your worst nightmare as a streamer is to be part of another ad campaign with a boosted ad. That is controversial because you were part of Coke Gaming. And then you're part of a controversial ad that's boosted. And no one will respond to you. And you're just a helpless little streamer. Don't do anything. He's boosted. We'll have to work again until after the new year. That's amazing. Is that for good reasons or bad reasons? It's me. Hi, Twash. I hope you have a good day at work. It's rock time. Oh, it's gonna be fine. All I'm asking for is for the ability to post another video being like, yo, I'm in a contract and I can't take this video down, but I don't agree with the things they have done since I posted this ad. Matt's gonna let you paint his bald head. Is that because you saw the video of the lady painting a Christmas pudding onto a bald man's head? And I know that the answer is yes. Yeah, what are you gonna paint on Matt's bald head? Here's my goal for myself in the next 3 days. I'm working in the mornings. And then my goal is to get everything that is not furniture and that doesn't need to be used during Christmas out of my house and into my garage. If it doesn't need to be used for the next 2 weeks, then it needs to be out of my home. That's my goal. Every single item. Oh, cute. I have a controversial motherhood opinion for people who were crafty before you had a kid. I sometimes enjoy crafting separate from my toddler because he's a little chaotic demon boy with his hands. And I just want to be able to craft in peace sometimes. What is wrong with you? Paint on the desk? It's okay. It's just acrylic paint. It's more like I love the idea of doing a craft with my toddler, but I don't really like, you know what, let's paint some of these just so we can have the I love the idea of painting with and doing crafts with my toddler, but then when I'm doing it, I'm like, this was the silliest thing I've ever decided to do. Because if it's something, here's the thing, if it's something I don't care about and it was intended for Louis, fine. If it's something I need to do and care deeply about, not okay. Because I'm just like asking to have it be like, and I love having things be toddlerified, but like if I was doing something for someone else, and I was like, of course you can help me. It's like asking to be let down because toddlers don't have impulse control and will do whatever they see fit. Sometimes in my little world, I don't have control over anything, so I just want to have control over a craft. You know? We don't make enough symphony-esque music anymore. I feel like I should bring out a hairdryer. I just feel like we're not taking advantage of music's full potential. Why have we given up on her? Dude, Beethoven. Yeah, just music and video games. All right. The Game Awards is over. It's been a few days. How's everybody feeling and doing? Should we play Clair Obscur? Here's my thing. I do not like Final Fantasy style games where you're in charge of other people. I do like Baldur's Gate, but I feel like Baldur's Gate is an exception because it's got a very different style of gameplay. What's happening? I've never heard that. Oh. So it came out with AI art and then they never talked about it? They did talk about it? I always feel like I would like to do my own research before I just like blindly believe it. I put that in my tea! I don't think it came off. Just a little bit. It's fine. Yeah, we got plenty of plastic in our bodies. I feel like while this white is drying, who wants to make the joke first? Ollie, did you see what I tagged you in on Discord? Wasn't it great? I'm in my pajamas, so if you see my I have 2 ideas. I have 3 ideas. Painting and using a paint marker. What is this? Is this black? To do white dots for stars. And the other idea is I have a brush where I could use like to almost dry brush some speckles over the paper towel. Go ahead, anxiety. Oh, it's not focused. Got my nails done, guys, and I fucking hate having them short.
You should play Hosts the Planets Suite.
Was that a joke? Dragon Raider, are you joking? Maybe we are playing Host the Planet Suite. That's so funny if you're serious. Honestly, that's so funny. I love that. That's some shit I would do. Oh, it's fire. Oh, that was too much. That was too much. Maybe it's not fire. That one's better. This music always reminds me of this old video game, Outpost. Oh, I've heard of Outpost. I think the dry brushing will be okay if we aren't too crazy with it. Oh, that's the sun. Well, I guess the sun still has stars behind it. Sung this in church? The Planet Suite in church. Ooh, this was nice. This is a nice idea. I'm proud of myself. Okay. That's too many stars on one side, but sounded very much like Star Wars at the end. Yay! I like it. I want to do like a few stars that are like... Can I look at this person's inspiration? They just did dots. I'm going too hard. What? Me? I would never. I want to do like a few that are like bigger stars. Yeah, I want the planets to be scientifically accurate. But I do want to have like a few stars that are like... I don't know if that's really giving. Kind of hate it. One rock can't catch a break from my artistic endeavors. Okay. Oh God, beyond all praising. I prefer personally when religions believe in planets. Call me crazy. But big fan. I've saved an image that I think I would prefer to use for our solar system inspiration. So this is my inspiration for the sun. Bro, the sun is like so big. So isn't it crazy to think, if you're looking at this photo and this is a size representation of all of the planets, isn't it crazy to think that we are so from us, Earth in the middle, to the moon, all of those planets could fit in between? What Mormons call what? I could probably answer. That is like still blowing my mind. Resident Mormon nerd. I can barely Ew, I thought I shook this. She just pissed. I did not. I went ahead and art teacher style, when I started doing crafts with my son, bought bulk sized paints, because why would I buy small paints? Like, they make you, like, they try to convince you what you need to buy is, like, the little, like, finger paints for toddlers. So what? So I can keep spending $1 trillion on paint over and over again? It was giving Indiana Jones. I'm having a very pleasant time. I'm gonna go ahead and try to just put down the basic colors, like some small amounts of... I only own, also in true art style, I only own the primary colors. Get creative. Make your own paint colors. Does it bother anyone else that the picture is making Venus bigger than Earth? So is that not an accurate size representation of the planets? Quick, tell me fast before I start painting them. This one? That one wasn't to scale? Or the one that is... Venus and Earth are sister planets. Well, what the fuck? I'm really glad you said something. Okay, so this one is probably more accurate. So what we go... Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. My son knows a lot about space, but we are not fully bereft on which goes where. So... What do we got? We're at Mercury and Venus.
Yay, 34 months. Also Mary Chrysler.
Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto? Or Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto? Okay, I'll do them to scale according to this one then. It's also ignoring Uranus's rings. Rock painting going great. We have our base down. Whoa! We're about to paint the sun. I'm gonna paint the sun on this rock right here. We're gonna try our best. I'm gonna do a... Hands are just like... Oh, well. I'm gonna do like a... I don't like this brush. Change my mind. I feel like a ketchup mustard combo base. For the sun. Painting a perfect circle is going to be the real on the docket. I want to make it as big as humanly possible on this rock. I literally bought rocks. I bought a bag of flat paintable rocks. I did try to find some rocks from outside, but none of them were paintable enough, so... Hi, Dan. Were you guys out late last night? Did you stay long? I bought the anthropology rock. No, I got it on sale. Okay, this is our base for the sun. Oh no, she was doing so good before I touched her. is a vicious cycle of me making it bigger and bigger until it's like not even a circle at all. I think that's fine. I'm gonna let it dry. Well, you know what? I might go in with the same but slightly lighter base for our next biggest planet of Jupiter. So we also got Louis a camera at thermal prints. So it doesn't need ink. Just paper. He's like very obsessed with my Instax camera. This rock is not as flat as I would hope for painting. Is there a ballet to this musical piece? That would be so cool. I got him the books that Deanna got Louis for. She got him a universe book for his birthday. I got him that same book series and one of the books is about bugs and the other book is about aquatic life because he's very into like encyclopedias right now. And then a marble run kit. He can build a marble course. He's very into it. Bro's called Gustav. Uranus. We're listening to the Planet Set by Gustav Holst. I'm trying to think of what else. I got him a pair of rocket ship shoes. And then I'm making him these planet sensory bins. And that in the rocket ship. Okay, these are just base coats, by the way. So if you think they look fugly, like they just are. Jesus. Saturn is almost as big as Uranus. Even without the rings. I mean, Jupiter, sorry. Dude, imagine Uranus sounded like that. Talented fucking butt cheeks. That's pretty round. Have you heard of air forts? I feel like you're gonna make a fart joke. Are you gonna make a fart joke? Okay. I don't feel like this one's looking as impressively large as it could be, but that might be helpful. It's just a base coat anyways. Is it the ones that like catch air? What a stupid sentence. Air Force Space Shuttle. Do you fill it up with a fan? Oh my fucking god. Order by December 16th for Christmas delivery. I'm saying it's been. That's really cool. Wow, thanks for sharing. I will look into that. I used to make those with a sheet as a child. I'm from the hot place. Hell. From hell. Okay. The bottom is funky, but you know what? So is mine. You never made one with a fan? He did ask Santa for a spaceship. Okay, we're gonna order that. I need to not forget. Oh, a rocket ship out of a giant fridge box is an amazing, amazing idea. Okay, so if we're going size-wise, that's what she said. Next, I feel like we should do Venus. I think we do Venus and Earth on these. Let's do another yellow base for Venus. My painting setup is quite chaotic, I'm not gonna lie. And then we can do a blue base for our slightly smaller Earth. Yeah.
When I was a kid, we got a new stove and the box for it was huge. My sister and I took it to our backyard and were playing inside it. We had the box upright and we were inside and then we tilted it and it got stuck on our fence. We were at a 45-degree angle and stuck on our fence and couldn't get out. We were hooting and hollering for about 20 minutes before my dad thought it would be a good idea to check on us.
Hootin' and hollering is so freaking funny. I cannot. Are you okay? Traumatized. Is our next bigger one Neptune? Or Uranus? Which one's bluer? I feel like Neptune is bluer, but I feel like Uranus is bigger than Neptune. I remember vividly getting a box for the first time. No, I remember vividly getting Neptune is bigger. I hate to say it, but can we double check the sizes? Which ones? With a different graphic. Oh no. I think Uranus and Neptune are bigger than Earth and Venus. Okay, give me 1 second. Well, I think Neptune's definitely bigger. Here. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god, we're fucked. I think we're just gonna have to say this is the best we can do on the rocks. However, this is nice to see. You know what? We could pivot. Let's pivot. Let's pivot. We can make this smaller. We'll make this smaller. We'll change this to Neptune and Uranus. Well, I'm the one that said I wanted them to be as accurate as possible. So everybody's actually just being very sweet because I was being anal. Okay, let's pivot. So is in that graphic, is the light blue one next to Saturn Uranus or Neptune? Uranus. The graphic you had before is from the Perkins School for the fucking Blind. I'm using an image for the blind? Okay, so it goes Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Is that what you're saying? Pluto. That music shift was crazy. Okay, those bases and shapes for those planets are good. It's a wild layout you have going on. Yeah, you're not wrong. They are nice shades of blue. Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Okay. So this is Uranus. This is Neptune. This is so silly. When like you guys when we take it too serious. When your son will never know how serious you took this. Oh my god, thank you. Those are just my base coats. All right, we're doing the sun. Which, like, obviously we can't grasp the real size of here. We're gonna do our best. It is, like, I don't think artistically I'm talented enough to make sun flares, solar flares, but that would be cool. The only thing I can think of is like dry brushing some yellow and red like outside of the base coat. Looks like cheese. Okay. The music is like really intense. Honestly, it might be nice to just texture the entire sun with a brush because it's got such a strange, like it's basically yellow with like a red texture over top. That honestly looks kind of cool. I'm gonna go back and touch up the edge, but maybe we need to take this light level down a damn notch. He really doesn't want to be focused. My ADHD. Wait, did someone answer me? Is this a ballet? I don't believe so. Had it with Christians and Mormons and their theft. It's like every year when like Christmas comes around and people are like, put the Christ back in Christmas, and then put up their pagan decor. And I'm like, okay. All right. Go ahead. Do whatever you want. Fuck it. All right. How the fuck? How the fuck do we do this? You know what I mean?
Okay, planets.
Okay, planets. I'm gonna shrink our size accurate graphic back down and pull up my own so I'm not pulling it over the screen like a dinga. Dinga. I dated a man briefly. Oh my god, what a sentence. In like 2018. And his name was Jim. And he would jokingly call people a dingo when they were doing something silly. And that will just always stick with me. You know what I mean? Like, that's like a person I probably will never talk to again, but I think about you, Jim. Every time I say dingo, I think about this man. So funny. Don't be a dingo. You're being such a dingo. Was he a white man? Yeah, he was. Thank you for not just assuming he was a white man. You know what I mean? What gave it away? I think I need a smaller brush for more detail work. I'm just being like kind of impatient with it. All right. We're getting our layer work done. She's quite complicated. Not a ballet is like so depressing. It would be such a cool ballet. Love a wind instrument. Woodwind? Woodwind instruments? Am I wrong? I used to have to do this thing in music class where she would make us listen to an instrument every morning and we'd have to guess and learn what it was. Did y'all do that? Oh, we've left. English horn. My mom played the English horn, I think. English horn. It sounds like an sounds like a woodwind. What's happening? We're turning up? So we're gonna go back and do some really gentle yellows next. And then back with our white. We've got our big like eye. I forget our eye. And then we got 3 distinctive little freckles down there. And the rest is kind of a murky in-between color. She's kind of sexy. Outline wise, she needs some work, but like she's like kind of fire. Okay. She looks good. I'm happy with her. I wish she was cleaner on the outside, but I'm eating Jupiter out. It might be kind of satisfying to take like for the main planets and do like a white marker outline on them. But I also don't know. Could make it look kind of silly and take away from the planetness of it. Okay. No, I feel like that helped. Yeah, she needed that. Okay, Jupiter. I'm saying Dunzo for now. She's been her ass has been eaten. The hair. No. Okay. I'm gonna keep coating the sun until she's ready for the red dry brush. She looks fully satisfied. Oh, thank God. We don't need to say it like that. That I ate her out? Huh? Why not? So Saturn needs to be significantly larger. So I'm gonna try to figure out how I can do that. Like, I know how to make Saturn bigger. I just want to make her look okay with her rings. I think we need to turn on Christmas music. Like classical Christmas music? This is going to be interesting. I'm going to have to go back in with some black, I believe, afterwards. But let's go ahead and just paint the rings again. However, this classical music is like really hitting it for me personally. That's better. I feel better about her size. You don't fuck with Piotr. Piotr. No, I am fucking with it. Heavy, in fact. Yeah, don't mistake my desire for Christmas cheer as some sort of hatred towards my homie Piotr. All right, we're gonna set Saturn to the side. She needs to dry. I think that I can probably dry brush, Guybrush Threepwood. Onto the sun. Yeah. Nick and Robert Ryan. Yeah, isn't that the sun? I did hear that. I think that's a pretty biblically accurate sun. I like the texture. The biblically accurate sun should have sunglasses. Oh my god, I'm like really so obsessed with Jupiter. I want to try, I want to see how our marker does on the rock. Why would it be in a container and then also be inside plastic wrap? Hello? I know, I'm not sure. I do have Mod Podge, Nicole. I don't know how I should seal them. I was thinking about that when I sat down to do this today. I do think that they should be sealed. I might like to do, I think the Mod Podge I have is matte. I think I would personally prefer it be a shinier coat, but thank you so much. I'm really proud of Jupiter. She's looking real good. I think she could have some more defined darker layers towards the top, honestly, but God, that really took a lot of work, huh? Okay. Rocks, not cookies. This is Jupiter, right? Like I'm... Hollow glitter Mod Podge. That sounds incredible. Okay. This is supposed to be Venus. We're gonna go back and make Venus smaller to make her more biblically accurate. Oh shit. Twinkle them ivories. It's not dry brushing white enough. I'm sorry? I look up and see you guys saying, what the fuck about me? I'm pro what? It's gonna get to the point where people on the internet think that I'm really problematic because you guys have started so many rumors. It's gonna happen. Okay, so we're doing Neptune, which is slightly more blue than Uranus for some reason. I don't know, take that up with your doctor. You know what? You're right. I did teach you. My base coat's gobbled and swallowed because... That went on so smooth. Trendy blue anus effect. That movie with Amanda Bynes. I love going out west. Merry Christmas. This is a ballet. The hoedown? Okay. What an interesting journey of music they're taking on us. Taking on us. Take on me. Ah, put my finger in it. Okay. Hi, thanks. Oh! Oh. I thought we went Christmas. Have we? Yeah, we can. Okay, we've got Venus. We need Earth. Earth. Mars. Mercury. I don't know if we should do Pluto. Maybe we put Pluto on the one that we put a rocket ship on. Like Pluto somewhere on it. He's like, technically Pluto is a dwarf planet, but I don't know, we could do Pluto. It'd just be a tiny dot. I don't feel like we should. Oh my god. Oh, are you gonna get pissed off? Oh my god. Are we starting a fight? Don't be mad with me. Okay. As an ex-astrophysicist. Jesus. Really intense. The fuck is that? Christmas Classics Trap Remix. Okay. They sound like that. What's happening? Shut up! Wait, where are you sending this to me? This is a whole trap remix playlist. A classical Christmas from... Can I tell you that this is what... Who is it? This is not who I was thinking of. I mean, he knows who Pluto is. Okay. Christmas cocktail jazz. How does this song have anything to do with... Oh. Okay, we're at a cafe. Still wet. So the more purple one is Neptune. Tell me right now I don't want to make a mistake. Because I'm going to write on them. Danny, I did see that. The big ass you. How did I feel about the fact that you thought Uranus was a that you thought the moon was a planet? Tough to say. I've felt better. I know this is kind of controversial, but I think I am going to paint this kind of poopy brown and then go back in with some rivers of yellowy orange. Guys, we've got to give her some grace. She's from Pennsylvania. No child left behind, and it's just me on the corner waving goodbye. Sorry, I was just making a joke about Pennsylvania. Is it mean to say I understand why people jazz up the planets? Because Saturn is boring, color-wise. Looks like a coffee. Not again. I think Saturn is most people's favorite planet. That wasn't to make you feel not special. I just mean she's a class favorite. Her rings are incredible. She's got a good size. For the size queens out there. Hat on. Okay. Why does she look like she's getting squeezed? There. We need to add the rings better in the black. Nobody should ever be that stressed out by painting a planet. Guys, is anybody part of the niche internet drama about the Afro Puffs? That's really sweet. Okay, I found myself in a very niche side of TikTok where there's two women who've started a company where they make like hair art where they like turn their, I could be wrong, but type 4 coil curl hair into like shaped afro shapes. And one of the shapes that they make is a star. So they started making these like star extensions. And they look like the little Afro Puffs. Well, there's this woman who is like claiming she has the intellectual property rights to shaped hair and is like taking their videos down like one after another and is battling them. And she keeps like going online and saying like, oh, they're defaming my character, blah blah blah. But like, she's trying to patent and trademark a hairstyle which can't even go through because it's not allowed. And it's another black woman. So it's two black women, like it's three black women because it's two as a group, and then this random girl who's like a cosplayer, and she's like trying to like, she like keeps trying to defend herself and she looks so stupid. Anyways, she's like, that woman who's like trying to defend herself but looks really mean, she posted like saying she's doing like a competition where like people style their hair into different like afro shapes. Okay, I sent a comment to Hannah this morning and somebody commented on it and said, I think I might shape my hair into Israel. Hold on. It said, I'll sculpt mine into the shape of Israel because you want to colonize people's hair. Because he's like trying to like lay claim to like every single afro shaped hairstyle. I feel really bad for those girls. They seem really sweet. I don't like the way the rings partake in some of their layout, but things have looked and been worse in my life, so let them go. I think she looks pretty good, so I'm gonna go ahead and write the name on the back of the sun, just in case we forget she's called the sun. You sucks. Better. So many people were like, you're white girling this. Like, why are you treating other black people like this when everybody's just trying to succeed? And it's like a fun, cute hairstyle thing. Like, now that girl just looks bitter and bad. So it's like not good publicity. They did not. Somebody tried to trademark a React video? The Fine Bros. What? Gwen Stefani? Okay. Didn't Gwen Stefani marry that weird man? Hi. Is Gwen Stefani the one that used to have the Asian girls come along with her and the Japanese girls? And they weren't allowed to talk? Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? I think that this doesn't surprise me at all. She's wonky, but she's ours. Not Gwen Stefani, Saturn. Okay. We've got Venus, we've got Saturn. We're gonna do Earth and Mars. Venus is like the same size as Earth. But I heard earlier today, I'm gonna put the moon on this rock. Okay. Dude, guys, I had the weirdest dream, but like, okay, you know when your alarm goes off and then you have like a weird dream in between, like knowing you're not, that my wrong alarm went off and it was too early. And that's when I get like really weird dreams in that like weird wake window. Dude, I had a dream that like my neighbors, who I do not know, were like filming porn like above me. And I was like, yeah, corn. I was like really confused, like in the room, like, because I don't know, I guess I like came over and like saw their office in my dream, which made so much sense. We're not making Mars accurate. Just like, let's just get that. Okay. And there was just like a naked girl in their office, and I was like, what's she doing here? When she here? Must have been for the plot. Hey guys, welcome in. I had a weird dream last night. Well, it was actually this morning. We need to do Mercury. I don't know. I've literally spoken to them once, so I don't know why. Who knows, dude? I had a dream my cats were finally getting along. It was too good to be true. Oh my god, that's so sad. Your cats don't get along? Depressing. Oh my gosh. What? This one looks better in real life than I fear it does on camera. It's that the ring sizing here is messed up and it is actually upsetting me. That better? Yes. Okay. There are extra rocks. Why? Oh, I have extra rocks. And I have another bag still. Oh my god, I thought you were gonna tell me I fucked something up. Sorry for panicking. That's on me. Taking a closer look of yeah, Mercury just looks like the goddamn moon. Button Moon. I've never heard of it. I do like the photos of Mercury where it looks like super colorful, but Whatever. Button Moon. I really am gonna have to look that up. Never heard of it. Ooh. I don't know what that sound was. Ew. I think for the size scale of Venus, this is as close as I can get it. She does kind of look like a marble. She's very swirly whirly. Guys, I'm officially giving up selling things on Facebook Marketplace. Did I tell you about the banjo? Not the kid. I tried to sell the banjo to someone else. Ooh. Down on the ground. Bro, I tried to sell this. Okay, I tried to sell the banjo to someone else. His name is Rick. He's an older man. He doesn't look too bad. Okay, Rick was supposed to show up like not too long ago. Messages me, says, I fell and hurt my groin. Dead ass. This is what this man says. Can we schedule another day when I'm out of the hospital? And I was like, oh my God, of course. Elderly man. You can. Okay. He's like, I will keep my promise and pick up this banjo. I say, okay, here's the address I will meet you at. I give him the address of a gas station. We are supposed to meet at noon. I am at the gas station waiting. He is not texting me back for 25 minutes. So it's like 25 past noon. I have a life. I have things to do. I'm moving. I was like, I'm not waiting here anymore. I'm like, I'll go home, and if he messages me, I'll come back. But like, also kind of fucked up to say you're going to meet me at noon and then you're not there, in my personal opinion. So then I go home. I start doing something. I check my phone again. At this point, it's like 12:55. Rick has messaged me and is like, where are you? Here's my phone number. You need to immediately call me back. Blah, 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 blah. This is a gas station, yada, yada. And I was like, yes, it's a gas station. I was there at noon. I haven't heard from you. You haven't responded to me. I can come up there and give you the banjo if you still want it. And he was like, I'm just going to read you the messages. It was crazy. And I think he drove far. So, like, why not call and communicate that you're going to be 30 minutes late? I'm waiting for you. Okay, let me find him. Okay. Me, just checking you're still heading that way. Yes, we're going to... I said multiple times, are you still coming? Blah, blah, blah. Haven't heard anything. Let me know when you're here. Then this man says at 12:30, we are sitting here. It's a gas station. We are in this car. It's in front of this gas station. And then I don't respond for 10 minutes. First of all, you're 30 minutes late. And gave me his phone number. I respond at 12:45. He got there at 12:22. Hello, we are going back at that address to wait if you want to do the sale. So first of all, you left. You didn't even sit there for 20 minutes. You just like left. I said, sorry, I hadn't heard from you for 30 minutes. I can come back now if you'd like. They said, no, thanks. We're on our way home. You lost the sale. Guys, it's $100 banjo. Like, we'll be okay. If you can't do any better than this, then you don't need to sell anything on Marketplace. Have a great day. Okay. I said, lol. Rick, you were not where you needed to be at noon. That's on you, sir. Mind you, I am a 3-minute drive from this gas station, so I could have just gone right back there. Hi, Ethan. This says, no, the damn address you gave me is a Circle K store. That's where I was supposed to be. Yeah, you were supposed to be there at noon. I was right at the exact address that you gave us, and we are going to go a little deeper on this, and you might regret it. I said, if you planned on being 30 minutes late, that should have been communicated. I have a 3-year-old son. I cannot wait at a Circle K for you for 30 minutes with no communication. I said, we're going deeper and I might regret this. So you're threatening a woman with a child over a banjo. They said, you have just been blocked. Goodbye. Literally, that man messaged me and I was like, I'm never selling anything on Facebook Marketplace again. Like, what is happening? Also, I thought it was so weird that he was like kind of seemingly pissed off that he was meeting me like at a Circle K and like not my home. Okay, weird energy. I just know he like went somewhere and like complained about that interaction. And it's because literally I was on the phone. Anytime I make a sale on Facebook Marketplace, I call someone. So I was on the phone with Hannah and I was like, this man, like, I wonder if he brought his Facebook Marketplace from home, because he's definitely using like a laptop or a desktop computer to use Facebook Marketplace. You know what I mean? Like, he's too elderly to be using Facebook Marketplace on his own. And then I was like, he's not going to be able to communicate with me. He didn't give me his phone number. He's driven 2 hours and he's not going to be able to get a hold of me. And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. And then he blamed me for it. Anyways, hey Ethan, how are you? How you doing? I'm good. Good. Me too. Me and Rick are doing great. Me and my bestie, Rick. What? In Mexico? Nah, see, people have lost it, I think, genuinely. Like, people have lost their minds. Well, I'm glad he thought he could lightning through Mexico to get to you. I love a little gumption, you know? Okay. Dude, he would have banged in the Fast and Furious movies too, so it's a shame that he couldn't pursue his career path that he was destined for. Okay. I think we got the last of our dudes done. I forgot that this is the one that we made smaller. So she looks a little wonky. Okay, let's do... The tiny ones always have the longest names. Mercury. Mercury. I hate how Facebook Marketplace made Craigslist so irrelevant. You miss Craigslist. You miss her. What is this? Venus. I don't think Facebook Marketplace made Craigslist irrelevant. I think the Craigslist killer might have done that. Okay, we did all of the planets. I think we should do like a rocket ship in a galaxy. Thank you. I really need to go. I've just been in the process of packing, so it's like really hard to get Penis. Sorry. If I don't draw the fuel tanks, you might be upset. This person did... They did this. Yeah, that may be fine. Yeah, they did. I mean, it's not accurate because it wouldn't have the fuel tank and the rocket boosters in space, but sure. Okay, we'll just do that as a whiteout base. Maybe we need to look up... Oh, you know what? Let me look up a wormhole. I think he might prefer a wormhole to a galaxy. How the fuck do I draw a wormhole? I've got... Maybe we'll do a wormhole on a round one, and let's do a galaxy on the other one. Fuck me. They look kind of similar. I think if we kind of do like a dry brush where we... You know what I mean? We're really hitting that just now. This is above my artistic pay grade, I think. Oh, you can't see? Guys, what do you... I honestly, maybe we should go back up because that's really rough. It's a surprise. Fuck, she's ugly. Sorry. Me and myself when I'm in my luteal phase. Oh my god. Okay. We're pivoting. That's a little better. Okay, it's better. It's better. It's not great. Okay. Oh, that was a little heavy on the white. Holly would be like. We need to add brown in somehow. Okay. I've never been so quiet. It's getting very serious. I think that's as good as that is getting. How the fuck are we gonna do a wormhole? Not sure I have the technological savvy for wormhole art. The technological savvy is inside of us. We must find her. I think if we use this as a base coat for a wormhole and then add more white in, it could be okay. Me hasn't really painted in eons. Also me tries to paint a fucking wormhole. What's wrong with me? Is this the Milky Way? What is this? Looks like the Milky Way. Do you ever wonder why it's called a wormhole? Why'd you say it like that? Do you know something I don't know? It's also just a galaxy, but like, whatever. Oh, okay. Yay! Oh my god, that's so smart, Trash. Yeah, you want to see the reference for the wormhole? Guys, I'm not talented enough for that. I just need to dry brush the white. Throughout this. No, no. I think that it would be easier to draw. You know what I mean? Isn't it weird that Uranus is just like a weird, smooth blue pebble? I feel like my Neptune is a little too purple, but... She is so cute. I agree with you. Hmm. So it's not gonna work because she might be a wash. I think the only other thing I could do is take like a really nice dark purple here. And go back through this world. I think she's fine. Whatever. She's a wormhole if we just believe. She's a wormhole. I do like the Milky Way. She grew on me. That is fugly. Whatever. From a distance, she's okay. Let's see. This one I think might be a little difficult because... Oh, tiny! Huh? Just trying to see how they did this. She really is giving penis. Unfortunately. That's a dick. It looks like a hot dog, which is on brand for you. Wait, I like that. What I learned about recently was the space shuttle accidents and how they crashed and collided with the fuel tank. Yeah, we lost 2 space shuttles. One was on re-entry and one was on takeoff. The one that was on takeoff was that it had been a very cold morning. The space shuttle had done multiple runs, and the engineers kept warning the higher ups at NASA, like, hey, these seals that seal all of this, like, stuff. I'm not gonna try to. I feel like it's like part of the stuff that helps the rocket ship take off. They are losing their strength. They're not as sealant anymore. And so they were like, nah, they're gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Anyways, it was very cold. The seals didn't hold, and then one of them started leaking. And then the fuel started leaking into this side, and it started tilting the shuttle off and causing it to go in the other direction and overcorrect. And then eventually all of the fuel like combusted with the rest of the what is the Columbia? It was kind of recent, more recent than you would think. Well, I knew that there were like tragedies about the rocket ships, but I just didn't know what they were. So I figured I should look them up in case there came a time that I would have to tell Louis about them or talk about them. Oopsie. Yeah, well, I think that they were like being very cautious for a reason. Which space shuttle? And there was a teacher on board. She was part of like the Taking Teachers to Space program. Like they were taking civilians to space to teach everybody about space. Challenger. Oh wait, Columbia is in 2003. I think it was the Columbia, right? Or is the Columbia the one that broke up on re-entry? Challenger was the teacher one. The teacher one that took off on re-entry or on takeoff? I can't remember. Teacher one. I watched a very nice educational video about it that didn't have my research is Challenger explosion. Yeah, the ones that have them are explained minute by minute, which is very interesting. Oh yeah, the one that broke up on re-entry was more recent, huh? Because they are still finding pieces and people like hoard the pieces. No, and I will not be telling him. My son is not, no. That's horrible. The only dogs Lee knows about going to space are, what are those dogs called? Challenger, the one that almost killed Big Bird. Things I didn't know. Things you didn't know about the Challenger disaster.
For the tragedy of the shuttle Challenger. We know we share this pain.
Is it gonna be a clickbait
with all the
video?
people of our country.
Millions watched it live, thinking they were about to witness history. Instead, they saw a disaster unfold in just 73 seconds. But what if the crew was still alive as they fell? What if NASA had been warned the night before and ignored it? What if part of the shuttle was just found at the bottom of the ocean decades later? This isn't the story you learned in school. These are the shocking things you didn't know about the Challenger disaster. And once you hear them, you'll never see it the same way again. Let's go.
My God, he's like really
The
intense
dream
about
before the disaster, how Challenger was born. It wasn't just a rocket, it was a gamble disguised as progress. When Challenger launched into the sky in January of 1986, the world thought it was watching another
Wormhole's
proud
worse when you have
milestone
to
in
separate
America's
it.
space program. What most people didn't know was that this mission, like many before it, was built on years of ignored warnings, risky design choices, and political desperation. Challenger didn't just fail because of a rubber seal. It failed because it was the product of a system that made safety optional. But why did NASA push forward with such a fragile design? What was really driving America's space program in the first place? And why did the dream of reusable spaceflight begin with so many red flags? After the final Apollo mission returned to Earth in 1972, NASA found itself in a strange position. It had achieved the unthinkable, putting men on the moon.
Oh, we didn't do.
And yet,
Wait, I missed
instead
Mars.
of celebrating endless funding, it was now being told to scale back. Congress was cutting budgets, and public attention was shifting.
We
The
didn't
moon
do
landings had been
Pluto.
spectacular, but now people asked, what's next? NASA had to answer that question fast, or risk becoming obsolete. Their solution was bold: build a space shuttle that could be launched over and over again. Not just once every
I know
few
how space shuttles work. You're being clickbait.
failed O-rings. In the aftermath of the disaster, the Rogers Commission had pointed to the culture at Marshall
Yeah, we're
under
gonna seal them
Lucas's
with Mod
leadership
Podge.
as deeply problematic. Engineers were discouraged from raising concerns. Dissent was quietly pushed aside, and bad news was often filtered out before reaching top decision-makers. His death didn't just prompt obituaries, it reignited debate. Could Lucas have prevented the disaster? Should more accountability have been demanded from those in charge? Some insiders have even argued that his management style set the tone for a system where safety was too easily overruled by schedule and optics. In the final years of his life, Lucas gave few interviews and never publicly expressed regret over the decisions made in the lead-up to the launch. Meanwhile, the most brutal detail of the entire Challenger story continues to shock people when they hear it for the first time.
Well, tell it to us.
Most assume the astronauts died instantly
Oh, they
as the
didn't, though.
fireball engulfed the sky. But that isn't what happened. In fact, at least some of the crew were alive, possibly fully conscious, during the shuttle's 2-minute freefall toward the Atlantic Ocean. The evidence? 3 of the 7 astronauts' personal egress air packs, or PEEPs, were manually activated after the shuttle disintegrated. These were small emergency devices designed to provide breathable air, not pressurized, not life-saving, but a temporary aid in case of cabin smoke or depressurization. Even more disturbing, cockpit switches had been moved from their original launch positions, indicating someone was still trying to regain control, or at least stabilize the descent. The cabin remained largely intact until it struck the ocean at more than 200 miles per hour, an impact that was completely unsurvivable. NASA initially withheld these details, releasing them only after intense media and congressional pressure. And to this day, the agency has avoided making definitive statements about exactly how long the crew may have remained aware of their situation. It's a deeply uncomfortable truth that doesn't appear in most school textbooks or official memorials. but it underscores how avoidable the disaster truly was. If the O-rings had held, if the launch had been delayed, if engineers had been heard, those final moments in the crew cabin never had to happen. That discomfort is what journalist Adam Higginbotham tapped into with his
Boo-boo?
2024 investigative book,
Oh, because of your
Challenger,
teacher?
a true story of heroism and disaster on the edge of space.
Oh, interesting.
The book went beyond the technical failure, focusing instead on the psychology and bureaucracy that allowed the failure to happen. Higginbotham lays out in disturbing detail how NASA's culture in the 1980s had shifted from Apollo-era caution to shuttle-era overconfidence. Risk was redefined as acceptable. Warning signs were rebranded as anomalies, and engineers were subtly taught that speaking up might cost
They
them
built
their
a
careers.
school for one of the astronauts?
He describes the launch not as a tragic fluke, but as the predictable outcome
Well,
of a system that had stopped listening. Through
his
interviews,
name was Dick?
archived memos, and new disclosures, the book reveals how close Challenger came to disaster on multiple earlier missions, and how those near misses made NASA more, not less, likely to push forward without fixing the core issues.
Okay, what I really don't like is when people are like, I'm going to tell you something you've never heard before, and everything is something I'd already just mentioned to you guys. Okay, thanks. Or nothing. Well, we did it. Now, granted, these are very childish and playful, but where's the real science here? Thanks. I can't wait to get the sand and put it all together. I want to make ones for the Mars rover, I'm going to make him a Mars one too, but I think I might just get tiny plastic like Mars rovers. I got a pair of temporary contacts from my eye doctor and immediately lost it the other day. So I'm waiting for my contacts, and until then I don't have any. So it's really a pain in my ass. I hate wearing my glasses when I have to like do hot, sweaty stuff. Here's the deal. I have hella packing to do. I don't even want to pull that down. My goal is to try to get everything out of my house in the next 2.5 days. So I'm gonna go try to do that right now. No, I'm not doing it. I might, if I feel like there's like stuff I can pack and stream. It's just that right now I need to go drag stuff to and from my garage. So I'm going to go do that. Sorry, it's kind of a boring stream. I just like really don't have a lot of time before Christmas to do anything that I'm supposed to do because I'm moving a week after Christmas. And I want to take this time leading up to it that I have free to be able to get everything done. Thanks for hanging out. I can't wait to play Luigia. Oh my god. Oh my god. Whoa. The hostility. The aggression. Lord have mercy. Whatever, losers. I'm gonna read Colo. Oh my god, thank you so much. Oh my god, I typed Raod. I'm gonna get everything I need to get done in the next few days, and then like I'm gonna be like so good. Like so good. You've never seen somebody do so good before. Ooh, have a good time with Shark Book. Kind of want to read that Challenger book now. I'm about to finish the second book by the woman who wrote Night and the Moth in her other series. So that's exciting. Thanks, guys. Have an amazing rest of your day. Tell Colo I said hi. She's the sweetest, most wonderful person ever. I did drop that game recommendation off to the man I met at my grocery store who is blind.